All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're taking apart two viral YouTube videos that, on the surface, couldn't be more different. We're talking about massive, expensive destruction on one side and a small, quiet, really personal moment on the other. So how do they both get millions of views? Well, that's what we're here to figure out.
And these two quotes, they really get to the heart of it, don't they? You've got Whistling Diesel kicking things off with a totally bizarre road trip that you just know is going to lead to some manufactured chaos. And then you've got Danik, who's setting up this very small, very carefully engineered moment of human connection. Two completely different starting lines, but they both finish at the exact same place: viral success.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at each formula separately, diving into the creators and how they pull it off. Then, we'll put their business models head-to-head to see how they really work. And we'll wrap it all up by talking about what this reveals about the entire creator economy, and maybe what it reveals about us as the audience.
So let's jump into the super high-octane world of Whistling Diesel's Classic Truck Challenge. The whole idea seems pretty simple, right? Two buddies buy some old trucks, and then they put them through a bunch of ridiculous challenges to see which one is better. Simple.
But the way they do it is anything but simple. I mean, the video is just a non-stop, escalating series of stunts. They aren't just racing. No, they're hauling these massive water tanks with the tops cut off just to see what happens. And what's really funny is that mixed in with all this crazy spectacle, you get these totally bizarre challenges, like mopping a floor or picking up trash. It's all designed to just keep the conflict and the entertainment cranked to 11.
And the scale of this thing is just huge. Think about this number for a second. 83 gallons. That's how much fuel just one of the trucks, the Chevy, burned through during the video. It's this perfect, concrete example of the sheer amount of money, resources, and just raw commitment that gets poured into creating this level of absolute mayhem for us to watch.
But the spectacle isn't just about explosions and physics. It's totally fueled by this relentless, friendly trash talk. See, this isn't just about the trucks. It's a personal battle. And lines like this one, "Your truck sucks in every regard," they create stakes, right? They build up these characters that we can root for or against, and it keeps us hooked on the outcome of every single ridiculous challenge.
Now, you might be wondering, who pays for all this? Well, it's definitely not just YouTube ad revenue. You'll see sponsor plugs just woven right into the action, over and over again. Right before a big challenge, you'll get a quick pitch for wheels or tires. The chaos, the spectacle, that's the product. And that product is brought to you by some really smart brand deals.
Okay, let's shift gears completely and look at a totally different playbook from the creator Dantik. Here, the production is super minimal, but believe me, the method is just as calculated. This formula isn't designed to create a physical payoff. It's all about engineering an emotional one. Dantik's formula is this brilliantly simple, repeatable three-step process. He finds a streamer with basically no audience, sends them a tiny donation, just $1, to get their attention. Then he makes a really small request, and if they do it, boom, he rewards them with a $200 donation, which for them is huge. It's not just some random act of kindness. It's a carefully structured interaction designed to get a very specific and very powerful result.
And this is the moment. This is what the entire video is built to capture. Its success completely depends on the raw, authentic, and usually very emotional reaction of the streamer who has no idea what's coming. This quote says it all. It reveals that genuine surprise that is the absolute core of the video's appeal. The creator's action is tiny, but the reaction it creates? That's the whole show.
So there you have it. Two wildly different paths to viral stardom. On one side, you have massive, expensive, explosive content, and on the other, you've got a quiet, simple, emotional interaction. So how do their business models actually stack up against each other?
This table really breaks it all down. Whistling Diesel is basically creating a high-cost spectator sport, right? It's a manufactured spectacle that's paid for by big-time brand sponsorships. Dantik, on the other hand, is operating on a shoestring budget, engineering a moment of intimacy. And here's the key difference in his videos. The audience isn't just watching. You feel like you're vicariously participating in that act of giving. It's a totally different feeling.
And if you break down the chaos model, you can see the content is mostly dedicated to the stunts and challenges. But look at this, a full 20% is dedicated directly to monetization through sponsor plugs, and another 20% is the banter that builds the whole narrative. It's a super structured formula where making money is a key ingredient, not an afterthought. Now, flip that completely on its head and look at the connection model. The creator's own part in the video is minimal. I mean, Dantik's actions of sending the donations take up almost no screen time. The entire focus, the whole point of the video, is to capture and show off the recipient's powerful, authentic, emotional reaction. That's the product.
So when you put these two totally different creators side by side, what's the big takeaway? Well, it tells us something really fundamental about what it actually means to be a creator today. And it goes way beyond just chasing the view count.
So you get this absolutely fascinating moment in the Whistling Diesel video where the on-screen fantasy of just endless destruction comes to a screeching halt because of a very real-world problem. The creator actually breaks character to vent his genuine frustration with county bureaucracy that's holding up his construction plans.
In that moment, it shows us that behind all the viral content, these creators are running complicated businesses. At the end of the day, they're dealing with the exact same boring headaches as any other small business owner. Permits, taxes, logistics, you name it. It's a side of the creator economy that is almost always kept hidden from us.
Ultimately, what you have to realize is that they are both selling a product. It's just a different kind of product. Whistling Diesel is selling spectacle, that thrill of watching something totally extraordinary that you could never do yourself. Dantic is selling emotion, that powerful feeling you get from witnessing a genuine, heartwarming human connection. And both of them are incredibly potent currencies for our attention.
And that really leaves us with a final question. Both of these formulas work. Both get millions and millions of clicks. So what does the success of both chaos and connection say about us? When we choose what to watch, what are we signaling that we actually value most? That's something to think about.